Let's get started with solutions to equations. How many solutions are there? One, none, or infinitely many? Our lesson topic is to solve equations to determine how many solutions the equation has. Don't forget to write the topic down in your notes page. Topic right there. Our lesson objective is to solve various equations to determine if there is one solution, no solutions, or infinitely many solutions. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to solve equations and state the number of solutions your equation has. You should also be able to check your work to prove your answer. Understanding this work will help when we move to graphing linear equations and solving systems of linear equations in future lessons. When we solve equations, we look at our solution and we're able to determine if there is one solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions. If we have one solution, which is something we're really used to, we will have a solution that looks something like this: x equals 2. Or maybe y equals -1/3. There is one solution for our variable and that's it. If there is no solution, we will have something that completely doesn't make sense. Something like 2 is equal to 3. Or maybe 0 is equal to -7. Well, no mathematician, no matter how good he or she may be, is going to make 2 equal 3 or 0 equal -7. So if your solution turns out like this, there is no solution to the equation. If there are infinitely many solutions to your equation, your solution will turn out something like this: 2 equals 2, or -1/4 equals -1/4. This means that for any value we insert for the variable, we're going to get this same value. We can put in any value we want and it will make the equation correct. So here are some examples. Let's work through the following equations. Remember our steps. We want to get a variable on one side of the equation and we want it to be all by itself on one side of the equal sign so that we can solve. So here we have -7x plus 3 equals 2x plus 2. I am going to do the inverse and subtract 2x from this side and subtract 2x from this side. Now I have -9x plus 3 equals 2. I want to do the inverse operation here and subtract 3 from both sides. Now I have -9x equals -1. I want the x by itself, so I want to divide by -9 on both sides. And I get a solution of x equals 1/9. I have one distinct solution for my value of x, so I have one solution for this equation. For this equation, I have -7x plus 3 equals 2x plus 2 minus 9x. Well, on this side of the equation, I'm going to go ahead and combine like terms before I start doing any other work. So -7x plus 3, I have a positive 2x and -9x. When I combine those, it gives me -7x plus 2. I want to go ahead and move my x's over here, so I'm going to add 7x here and add 7x here, which gives me 0. So I have 3 and a 0 over here, 2. 3 equals 2. Again, no matter how gifted the mathematician, no mathematician is going to make 3 equal to 2. So this equation has no solution. How about over here? -7x plus 2 equals 2x plus 2 minus 9x. Well, again, I'm going to go ahead and combine these two before I start my steps. So when I combine 2x and -9x, I have a -7x. You can see where this one is headed, but I'll go ahead and finish out the steps. If I add 7x on both sides, this is 0, so I have 2. This is 0, so I have 2. I have 2 equals 2, which means for this equation, I have infinitely Finitely many solutions. So I can put whatever value I wanted to in for x. I can put in 3. I can put in 742. Whatever value I put in here for x, the equation will work out. So there are infinitely many solutions. Go ahead and try these practice problems on your own. And then when you're ready to see them solved, pause it until you're ready. And then when you're ready to see them solved, go ahead and unpause it. So this one is equal to -3, so there is one solution. Here I want to distribute. So this, I get 6 is equal to 0. Nope, so no solution. And over here, once again, I want to distribute. Okay, they're the same on both sides. So this one is infinitely many solutions. If you missed any of those and don't understand why, make sure that you put a question mark or circle it so that we can go over it in class tomorrow. All right, so here is a review quiz. There are 3 problems. You need to solve them and determine how many solutions they have: 1, none, or infinitely many. Down here is a bonus. Here's a problem. What numbers could you put in these boxes to make the equation have an infinite number of solutions? So you want to figure out coefficients or numbers you can put here that would make this equation have an infinite number of solutions. Go ahead and pause right now while you're working through these problems, and then unpause when you're ready to see the correct answers. Okay, here are the answers. One solution, infinitely many, one solution, and then the possible answers are 7 and 3. If you're not sure how you got any of these answers or why you got them wrong, please make sure to make a note of it so that we can go over it in class tomorrow. Write down any other questions or confusions you have about determining numbers of solutions so we can discuss them in class tomorrow.